Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. First of all, if you guys prefer duels to solos, go check out Ranchin's account at sa2gg.com. Ranchin's actually been around for a while. People just have kind of overlooked him, I think. Probably because people get familiar with certain commentators and stick to them, and they don't check out the new cool commentators. It's kind of like the Python or Hunter's Curse, where people only play certain maps just forever. Anyway, go check out his account. He'll probably have them out. Well, he's going to have them out a lot sooner than me. He dueled them with Nuke the Stars. Those two guys have been around for a while. Check them out. Subscribe to them. They're great. And they've actually covered all the games that the rest of us haven't. Or a lot of the games the rest of us haven't. People just haven't been checking them out and then complain to us when we don't cover things. And it's like, why have you checked these guys out? They're awesome. Anyway, aside from that, I'm doing these all as well because I said I would, basically. Probe Farm. What's up, baby? Should throw that out there. Also, if you don't mind, if you check more info, I've got a link up to the SC2GG forums. Semi-Old Guy's going to do his regular MSL as well as Proleague party at his place, I assume. But for the OSL, we're going to shoot kind of big. Going to try to do it at Joe's Pizza for Southern California. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good count ahead of time, and I'm not going to be able to finance it, obviously, because I'm in between temp jobs right now and very, very poor. Don't have a lot of funding right now, so I'm hoping to collect some money from donations. I'm going to ask, basically kind of begging you guys in the community to benefit the Southern California area in general, so we can finance a OSL finals party at Joe's Pizza. Joe's Pizza, it's really relaxed. They're really cool there. And I think that just about does it. Getting underway, SKT versus KTF. Hope you guys enjoy this. Bisu starting in the upper right-hand corner as the, looks like yellow Protoss. Bottom right-hand corner we have 815 as the blue Zerg. And I cannot think of a better matchup to start this off. Bisu, the top dragon, I would say, versus 815, the crazy macro Zerg on Andromeda. I guess SKT wasn't very comfortable sending Rumble out on a map like this, particularly when 815 was in the pool and as well as Luxury. Bisu, though, I feel like this is a risky pick for him. Andromeda almost demands a fast expansion and a Corsair Reaver combination, and 815 is a big macro Zerg. Andromeda really benefits his style of play, and I think it really hinders Bisu's style of play. Bisu's very good with multitasking, and I feel like the builds that he can employ on this map, particularly Corsair Reaver, which is the most popular, the most dominant build, it kind of minimizes multitasking. So as a result, I'm kind of curious what he'll be able to pull here. Looks like he is going to get the scout right off the bat, which is going to be very, very helpful for him. And it looks like that Overlord is actually going to see that scout, so he's actually going to get a scout off on Bisu as well. We'll see how he reacts accordingly, whether he goes for that standard. I think it's kind of normal to go for a fast expansion, but when he's been spotted right off the bat, he might go for a 12 pool, or perhaps a 9 pool, or perhaps an overpool to try to get that scout out of the way. The one thing is for sure, though, is the 10-12 gate does not work at all on this map. It's too wide. The counterattack, the ramp is just too wide. I've mentioned that in prior casts. Looks like Bisu's really going to work on that drone on the front door. This is the other thing. I don't feel like Bisu's the best guy to throw out here in this match, because 815 is a very formidable opponent on a map like Andromeda, and Bisu's one of those guys on SKT that I would kind of hold in the back. He would be kind of the guy I hold for really tough situations, and I might throw out maybe Fantasy on this map. Fantasy's a great player, but he's not the guy I want in a pressure situation, really. Fantasy is also creative, so maybe you could pull something out in Andromeda. So I'm kind of confused by the choice of Bisu on this map, or maybe even a Midas. I don't know. Maybe Midas would have more success, although Midas hasn't been playing as well lately. Bisu doing a fantastic job of denying that expansion, putting down the obligatory 2 cannons against that pool first build, so he's not going to have as kicking an economy early as he might want to have. Looks like he already got a drone kind of hang out in the background. Now this is going to be the other key, is getting that probe scout out of the way, so 815 can go that next tier tech, and we'll see what 815 has up his sleeve. Zerg have really been kind of fiddling around. They've been kind of feeling out the Protoss thing. We've seen even 4-hatch Mutalisk, which is almost prior to July Zerg doing it, I hadn't really seen it out in the field. We've seen kind of the combination. What a lot of players have been doing is putting down one layer tier tech, putting in the Spire when they're really going Hydra, putting down the Hydra Den when they're really going Spire, back and forth, things like that. Probe Scout's taking some damage. Looks like a quick third expansion at the middle only there for 815. Maybe he'll be able to is able to kill the Probe Scout there. So Bisu's not going to have a really good look at it. I think he noticed that gas didn't go up. However, Nexus now Now up on Bisu's edge, and the question is what does Bisu do from here? Again, Corsair Reaver is the standard, but Bisu's Bisu, so maybe he's not relying on it. Some people already convinced that KTF is going to end up winning this match, and it's going to be hard for SKT. First of all, Luxury and Flash, then the recent acquisition of 4GG, and I don't know if 4GG is allowed to play in this match, but he's a scary player to go up against. And you got kind of those key players on the side like 815, like Fire Fist, who can take down some games, like Haran, who I feel like should be played a little bit more, like Lucifer, who I also think is one of those decent guys. And if worse gets to worse and you end up facing a Terran, you can always go for the super boring to watch Shine. I really don't like Shine's style of play. I feel like he wins games, but it's really boring. Looks like those Zerglings coming back just in time to block that probe scout off. The probe got a pretty good look at the drone count on that secondary. Bisu now getting that cybernetics core up. Putting down the second gas, which suggests more of a tech build. It's possible he could go for his signature Bisu build, the Dark Templar Corsair combo build, but again, I really think he's probably still going to opt for Corsair Reaver. The key for A15, either way, is going to be able to, just on Andromeda, period, keep the Corsair count low. And get them early, get them often. If usually when Bisu gets around 4 Corsairs, he's so dangerous because with most other players it's 6 if they have any degree of micromanagement, and they have 6 Corsairs up there, they're practically untouchable. But with Bisu, it almost feels like it's 4 because he always has those Corsairs reinforcing, and he's just really solid with them. A Zealot coming down the field to do a little bit, maybe try to help with that probe to get that front door open. Stargate is down. Looks like a Dragoon in the back edge trying to catch usually that Dragoon first. It delays the other tech a little bit with that second gas. It's not going to delay it too much, but with that Overlord kill, especially at this stage of the game, can hurt 815 a little bit, at least throw him a little bit off time because he has to produce another Overlord before he can obviously get more units out in the field. Citadel of Adun going down, so maybe, again, this does not necessarily mean that he's going for the Bisu build. It certainly suggests it with the 2 gas. And I actually know I've got to assume that's what he's doing with the 2 gas, because that looks like the Zergling speed coming online, easily killing that probe scout. Now that Overlord being killed, but I can't see a +1 Zealot speed rush with the 2 gas down unless it's heavily supplemented by Dragoons or something like that. And I don't think that Bisu's going to go for just a Dragoon Zealot kind of all-infantry force here. Spire going up for 815, also putting down an expansion in that bottom left-hand corner. So playing his style, going big economy. That Spire might be obligatory to take care of that Corsair that is now siphoning in. He might this might not be his final build here. Another hatchery going down, so it looks like it's probably going to be more a Hydralisk heavy build, 5-hatch Hydra, usually 5-hatch Muta, even with the, well, he could be securing the 3rd gas to do that, but he probably wants the units out. There's the Hydrosten coming out. So yeah, probably more Hydra heavy. He does have a lot of Zerglings out in the front of the field. Second gateway